Hello everyone, Darren here from Republic of Play, and this is just a quick video to talk about the new DLC and update that has just arrived to Anno 1800. The DLC is called Botanica, and it's a fairly small DLC that focuses on a new building called the Botanical Garden. The garden is a cultural building, much like the zoo or the museum, where you can build and extend it with modules and pack it with unique items that increases the attraction value of your island and can also grant you different buffs. So at a top level, this DLC adds the Botanical Garden building and 50 items that can be used in the garden. 20 of these items will have a kind of unique look to their module. So far in my playthrough, I've gathered 17 through quests and purchases, and I have 5 of the unique ones. They basically so far just look like platforms with a tree in the middle, so pretty kind of average. There's also botanical expeditions that can yield rarer botanical items, and those ones probably look a little bit more ornate as we can kind of see them in the trailers that Ubisoft have been showing off. The items are broken into sets, and in completing a set, you'll earn a buff of some sort just like the zoo and the museum. So as an example, completing the medicinal plant set, doctors move 15% faster from hospitals, and you get 2 more than usual, so it's just like a nice little buff. There's also 11 new ornaments that connect modules in the cultural buildings, and these are variants of different gardens and things like that. They kind of help dress the area to look a little bit nicer. There's a new module for the cultural buildings too, the Music Pavilion. You can find 1 of 5 music items through quests and place them in the pavilion to hear that particular song when you zoom in, or you can choose to let it play over the soundtrack too. The 5 songs are from various Anno games, including 1701, 1404, 2070, 2205 and 1800. There's also 3 new city ornaments that come with the Ubisoft Club rewards, but for some reason they won't unlock for me right now as Uplay thinks I don't have the DLC, when I do. The DLC also comes with 6 new achievements, and that's pretty much it. So all in all, it's a pretty small DLC for people that just want a bit more of a collectathon, and for people who like spending time on the cultural buildings, making their cities look nice. It really is an aesthetics pack with some buffs attached. Now for my video, I just built my garden sort of far away, but it can be a kind of a nice challenge and a good to experiment with actually building it inside your city. This is the second DLC in the Season Pass, the first being the Sunken Treasures DLC, which I covered in a separate video. That is also a DLC heavily focused on items, but there is a bit more of a quest line and some new mechanics in that one. This one really is just this small additive cosmetic DLC more than anything. That's nice if you have the Season Pass, but in my opinion, I just wouldn't go out of my way to purchase it outright. The next DLC in the Season Pass is the one I think most fans of 1800 are waiting for, and that is the Passage. We don't know too much about it yet, but essentially it will unlock an Arctic biome for us to travel to, and presumably come with its own tiers of population and resources, so I really look forward to that. This DLC also dropped alongside a new patch. The patch adds a day and night cycle with 4 presets, which does look quite nice. It also adds some extra ornaments and reworks a few of the existing ones so that they kind of connect together a little bit better. And you can now escort ships into different sessions, so you can protect your trade routes from start to finish. As well as that, there's some quality of life changes and smaller bug fixes too. So that's really it for the latest Anno drop. I thought it'd just be nice to mention it in case people were interested. This is a small DLC, and therefore it's just going to be a short video about it. Now I did start a new campaign for it, and I just fell back in love with Anno again. Every time I start up this game, it just sucks me in, and time just flies by. It really is just an extremely satisfying game to play, and there's always something to do. In terms of being critical of it, I do think the Season Pass is actually pretty reasonably priced for what we've gotten so far, especially considering what's to come. Although, I think the Sunken Treasures is just a little bit linear because of it being that one big island. So I really do hope that they can, at some point, do something about that later down the line. If you like Anno 1800 and you want to see more content on it from me, then please do leave a like on this video and consider supporting me on Patreon, as these shorter update videos and DLC videos, they tend to be pretty niche. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.